All I know for sure I heard is somebody said grab them.
Nobody's grabbing the queen, like we're leaving. Sad bitch, but I love being bad.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Des. Long time no see. I know I haven't posted on here in like 2 weeks, and then before that I didn't post for like a month. So today I'm gonna be continuing off my series that I started in 2023, which was my high school storytime series. That first video that I made caused me so much drama. Like after I posted that video, there was just so much drama circulating, and I felt like I shouldn't make a part 2 just because I wanted to avoid that drama. I feel like it's been so long since I posted it, and I actually never finished the series. I just had a random thought while I was washing my face right now, like I need to finish that story. I feel like I kind of left you guys off on a little cliffhanger back there. I'm gonna tell you guys the rest of the story. Hopefully this doesn't cause drama, and hopefully nobody tries to come for me after this. I will admit though, my last video was kind of crazy, and the way I was talking, I was looking back on it,
I was talking kind of reckless, I'm not gonna lie.
that was before I had my baby. I had to let some things be known at that time. I feel like the first part that I made was just really, it wasn't thought through. I feel like I was very vulgar, and I was just talking kind of crazy, talking kind of reckless. And I do regret that, just because obviously now that I'm a mother, I don't feel the same ways towards those people. I'm a lot more mature, I would say. So I don't really think like that about people. I don't know. I went back to watch the first video just a little bit, just to kind of get like a vibe check, just to kind of see what I should like bring to the table today.
I was calling people beer bellies.
Like, I'm really out of pocket for that shit. She was a crazy little bitch. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Like, the way she was talking was just crazy. You know, that's a part of growing up. Like, you're not as immature as you were 2 years ago. So right now I'm gonna watch a little bit of my old video so I can see kind of where I left off, because I don't really remember where I left off. Mind you, this video was 2 years ago, so
I'll literally find you again. And what's her name? Beer Belly still lives there, so if I really wanted to get her again, bitch, I could, and I would. Oh, also, big ass black Sharpie, like on her garage, on her, what's it called?
when I tell you I was really a badass kid, like, what do you mean you were drawing on their garage with the Sharpie? If I ever catch Deliza doing some crazy shit like this, that's why I'm deleting these videos. After like 2, 3, 4 years, I'm deleting these videos. Both of these videos. Actually, this story time that I'm watching is actually privated, so you can't even watch the part 1. So like, if you know, you know, basically. You're not gonna really know what I'm talking about because it's privated. I put it on private a long time ago just because, like, obviously I was talking really crazy, and I think I was just mad in the moment still, because it was still kind of fresh for the most part. I was still kind of mad, but now, like, I'm just looking back at it and I'm just like, this cannot be on my channel. Like,
In public, like
this can't be publicly on my channel. Cut the cameras, dead ass. It was a good documentation of how I felt at the moment, and I was very angry and mad and upset at the moment. My whole high school career, like, the whole time I was in high school, like, people were always hating on me for no reason, just because I did YouTube. It just made me so mad. Like, at a certain point, I just had enough of that. Like, it was so annoying. I think I just snapped, and then I made this video, and
Doing for you.
I put on some earrings because I feel like my ears just looked kind of naked. Wanted to give them some decoration, but they're so cute. They have like a little rose quartz in the middle. I also just put on some of these eyelash clusters from the TikTok shop, I'm pretty sure. I will link them down below if you guys like the way they look. They're kind of like a manga style looking eyelash cluster. This is what they look like, and yeah, they're really cute. This is like my second time using them. They don't really last that long, but I think it's because of the glue, not the eyelashes. So yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend. I really like the way they look because they just give off a really natural effect. For foundation, I'm gonna use this just so I can have some SPF in my routine, because I put on this moisturizer. Usually I like to have some type of SPF in my routine. I watched a little bit of my last video, and I will say I was speaking facts. The way in which I delivered the facts was a little bit too much. Where I left off is I went to a house party and I seen her there along with like so many other people that had done me dirty, that like I honestly was supposed to fight, but I didn't end up fighting just because, you know, like I can't get them all.
I can't get them all.
I gotta pick one. At that time, who I was beefing with the most was that girl that basically was talking about my mom when she was pregnant. At the time, my friends were mutual friends with her, so she would like talk about me to my friends. Don't ask me why she would do that weird ass shit. I don't know, she felt comfortable talking about me to my friends, but my friends would tell me, and that's how this whole situation ended up popping off if you didn't watch part 1. It was really crazy. This was probably like my craziest story from high school, honestly. There is a lot of stories that I have from high school, but this one is definitely one of the crazier ones just because of like, I feel like I reacted so crazy, but it's because it was so disrespectful what she was saying. I was like, nah, there's no way you're getting away with this, bitch. At the time, a lot of people thought I was like this soft ass person, which I was like a soft person. You know, there's nothing wrong with being soft, but people were so comfortable being disrespectful. I was like, there's no way you're getting away with this. Girl, like, you live down the street from my high school, like...
It's never nothing.
But honestly, with all that being said, I don't want this video to start any problems or beef. I really hope that girl is doing good now. I hope she's doing well in life, and I hope she's thriving and she's healthy. Everything like that. Like, I don't wish bad on anybody. I just feel like my brain has matured so much since then. And I'm also a mother, so I don't really have it in me to hate somebody that hard. Let's get back to the story. I'm sorry if you guys can hear like car engines or whatever outside. It's because I live kind of close to like a main road. I just hear a lot of noises coming from that street. I really need to wash my brushes. It's been so long since I've washed my makeup brushes, and I feel like that's why I break out sometimes. I went to the other girl's house. I'm gonna give them different names because I feel like the names I gave them in my last story time were so out of pocket. Like, no, we can't keep doing this. So we're gonna give them different names. I'm gonna name one K and one S. Yeah, just so that we don't get confused, you know. It all starts off when this was like a random day in high school. This was like towards the end of my senior year. I went to this like random little house party that this guy was throwing. I low-key already knew that like everybody was gonna be there. Like, I knew people I didn't like were for sure gonna be there. I think we got there and then we started drinking just a little bit. There was already so many people in there, like there was really nothing for us to drink. We went up in there, we were dancing. I was like hanging out with these girls that I used to hang out with in middle school, but I just like kind of stopped hanging out with them randomly. So I was like kicking it with them. And another thing, at this party, I remember my friend Dominic didn't go. He went to like some other birthday little thing. It was literally just me and my homegirls. Like, it wasn't even my friend Dominic. And if you know, you know. My friend Dominic needs to be everywhere with me at all times. It was also kind of crazy because it was just me and this girl I don't really hang out with anymore, and then my friend Devin. I don't even know why we would go to that party with nobody else but just us three, but that was just the crazy shit we were doing at that time. I don't know why I didn't bring backup. That was like my first mistake.
Was not bringing Dominic.
I don't even think we drank that much. We just went there. We started like dancing, partying, and then I had to let my camera charge a little bit right now because it just keeps freaking dying. We're gonna get back to where we left off though. This big ass group ended up walking in. It was like 4 big guys, and I'm talking about tall and big, like big. And it was like one girl in the middle of them. It was like a brunette. So basically I seen the girl and I seen the guys, and I already knew who it was. It was the people that I pulled up on, or I already knew that this was the girl that I had pulled up on like a couple days before, starting a problem with me out of thin air for no reason and then getting mad when I reacted. Like, girl, what are we really doing here? She ends up walking into the party. She has these 4 big ass guys next to her, her damn bodyguards or whatever. They walk past me and they're all looking at me, like staring at me, looking at me crazy. So I kind of just like mind my business. I turn around. Fast forward, I think we were already there for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes or something like that. We end up going upstairs because this was like an abandoned house. Like, I don't know whose house this was. We were just partying in somebody's whole ass empty random house. I think it was like a bando or whatever, like an abandoned house. I'm really not sure. We just got the address and pulled up. But there was like an upstairs, so we ended up going upstairs, and this was like a nice ass house, low key. Like, now that I really think about it, this wasn't like a ghetto trap house. Like, this was a nice house. I don't really know what we were doing there, but that's neither here nor there. Me and my 2 friends, we end up going upstairs, and I walk past this girl I already don't like, but like I said, you can't get them all. Like, there's just too many ops in one place. So we end up getting to the top of the stairs, and we see that whole group of people, like the 4 guys and then the girl. And I don't remember what they said, but they said something to me, and it kind of made me like not mad, but I was just like,
girl, if you want to get it cracking here, we could get it cracking here. Like,
it was never a problem to me. The guy started saying stuff, kind of like instigating shit, basically, like trying to instigate stuff between me and this girl. Everybody wants to see some drama. Everybody wants to see a fight. I kind of expected that to happen once they walked in, just because me and her had like a real problem at that time. Just like, girl, like, it's on site. Like, what's up? You didn't answer the the door. Basically, if you guys didn't watch the part 1, I ended up going to her house and she didn't answer the door after talking all that shit everywhere, not even just online, like to everybody, making up rumors about me, just being weird, a stalker obsessed weirdo. You know, the whole egg situation happened. So now fast forward to this party. This was the first time I seen her since I did all of that. When the egg situation happened, she didn't come outside. Like nobody really came outside. So this was the first actual interaction I had with her since that had happened. So I kind of already expected something to happen if she showed up to that party. The two concealers that I'm using is the Hourglass and the Kosas concealer. I kind of just like mix them in like the center of my face kind of. I always apply my makeup the same way. So we got to the top, they started saying stuff. It wasn't even really the girl, it was mostly the guys that started saying stuff. I don't know why they were trying to instigate a girl fight. It was giving weird, like they were literally trying to instigate shit. I'm trying to think what they exactly said because I kind of want to remember so I can give you guys some context. They might have said something along the lines of like, you're not gonna fight her, something fight. I think they said something along those lines, but honestly this happened so long ago. This happened in 2022. I mean, I do remember a lot of the details, but some of them are a little bit fuzzy. And honestly, I just haven't thought about this situation or this person in so long. Literally all I know is they said some slick shit and it made me mad, so definitely not gonna say it on here. But if you guys know what happened, then you know what happened because I talked about it in my storytime part 1. Even though that video is privated now, I think there's still clips of it like somewhere on the internet. I'm not gonna say too much on here, but yeah, that's what had to happen because this girl was talking so much mess about me and my family for no reason. Like, girl, you've never met my family. The only way you know me is through YouTube videos and my social media.
I don't know how you could possibly think you know anything about my life.
I don't agree with it now. Obviously, now that I'm older, I would never do something crazy like that or even agree to do something crazy like that. But this was high school. You have to think about it, like in the time, people were just crazy back then. Even me, like I'm from California. Like it gets kind of crazy here in California, especially during the house parties. That's why you gotta be really careful. Basically, the 4 guys that she was with, they all kind of like, I didn't feel anybody hitting me or kicking me or anything, but it was weird. They were just trying to hold me down. Like I think they thought I was gonna everybody, but that wasn't the case. So then my friend came in and she like grabbed the guys off of me and we all just went to my car. Like I literally ran to my car because basically on the way out of the house I heard somebody scream, grab them or jump them or something like that, like grab them. All I know for sure I heard is somebody said grab them.
Nobody's grabbing the queen, like we're leaving.
I was literally running out while they were saying that, so all 3 of us ended up leaving. I literally lost a freaking slide because I wore slides to the party. I don't know why I wore slides knowing the weird people were gonna be there, but I still wore them. And so like when I was running out, I literally left the slide at the house party. Like I do not care, like I'm not going back. They be jumping people. They really be jumping people out here, so I really don't
want to go back.
Another thing that kind of sucked is that usually I have all my friends like with me whenever we go out to parties. Whenever we would do anything like a party, we would usually all pull up together and then leave together just for like safety reasons. You know, every time you go out you want to have somebody to go out with, especially somebody that you trust and who you know will have your back. I only went with these 2 girls and they did have my back, but like we needed some more people. So we ended up leaving. We all left the party and then we all just ended up going home. She started posting about me a lot on TikTok, but it's like, girl, these are the problems you asked for. I can't go back and change what I did even if I don't agree with it now. All I can do is just be a better person moving forward. That night of that house party was just so crazy because I remember this other guy ended up getting jumped. Literally later that night after all that happened with me and that girl, the same party, they jumped this guy. It was crazy. Like that party was just bad luck, bad spirits, everything. Just bad vibes all together. Like so many bad, weird things were happening that night. Plus like where I'm from, because I'm from Bakersfield. So if you know about Bakersfield, like people here love to jump. I don't know what it is, but they're so comfortable jumping people. It's like nobody likes to do a one-on-one fight. And I really don't understand why. After that, I just remember her posting a lot. Obviously like she was mad what happened at the house party. But girl, you walked right into them issues. At a certain point, when you start talking about somebody's mom, like you're asking for these type of issues. After that, this girl kind of became like more obsessed with me than she was before, which is kind of weird. I didn't think it could get even more
weird,
but it did. After that happened, obviously I didn't see her or nothing, but this was like my era of going out and going to like house parties because we weren't 21 yet, so we couldn't get into any type of club or bar or anything. So we were just going to random little house parties that they would post on this random Instagram account, which I don't even know if that account is still active to this day. That used to be the account we would get every single party from. Like that used to be like the functions, like
661 functions.
So we would just go to random parties. So we ended up going to this random ass party. I don't know whose party this was. All I know, it was kind of on like the white people side of town with like the Trump supporters and the MAGA and all those people. We were over there on that side of town. We pulled up to this party, and then I don't even think I ended up getting out because I think the party was already ending at that time. These random guys, they come up to our car and they just start talking to us. Well, my car. They walk up acting all, we did not know who these people were. They just walked up to the passenger side of the window and just started talking to us. We were just chopping it up a little bit. We were just like getting to know new people, new friends. We kind of thought it was weird, like suspicious, but we didn't really think much of it, you know? But that's a key element in this story because it gets really weird. We're chopping it up with these two guys. It's like this Arab looking guy, and then I think it was like two white guys or something like that. You know, they were just like, where are you from? What high school did you go to? What are you guys doing here? What college do you go to? So, you know, we're chopping it up. We thought they were cool vibes, cool shit. We end up meeting those two guys, and then we go home to my apartment. Well, I go home. I think I dropped some people off, and then I ended up going back. We go back to my apartment, and then a couple days later, I get a random text on my phone from like a fake number, like green messages, so I could tell it wasn't like an iPhone or nothing. It was probably like a text now number or something. I get this random ass message, and it says come outside, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, who's telling me to come outside? Obviously, I don't end up going outside, but then I go to Chipotle like later on that day. It's because like I kind of forgot that the girl even, like I forgot anybody texted me to come outside. Like I just forgot about all of that. I could tell in the moment when I got that message, it was from somebody I had problems with. It didn't even register to me that it was that girl. She knew my address or anything. And I walk outside and I see my car, and my car just has like eggs. My car looks like a whole pancake maker. My car is just covered in like eggs, flour, sugar, syrup, just like a whole breakfast starter pack combo. Like I don't know if they went into their kitchen to find stuff to throw onto my car, but that's what it looked like. And my car was just covered in a bunch of random breakfast items. I already had a feeling of who it was just because that was like my most recent problem with somebody. I had problems with people in the past, but it was never really like that big of an issue. Like it was never that extended. Once I seen all that stuff on my car, I already knew who it was, and I knew who to target, and I knew who I was coming for. Just kidding, I didn't end up coming for her like that, because that was already a couple months after like the original problem at the house party. Months later, I had already gotten my own apartment and I wasn't living with my parents anymore. She was still thinking about me, I guess, and wanted to get her lick back. So I guess that's just what had to happen. But that random night that we went to that party and those boys came up to my car, I'm pretty sure they were friends with that girl, and they followed us back to my apartment so they can give that girl my address so she can pull up on me and stalk and harass me for
The next 3 days.
That's why I was kind of spooked to go out after that. People in Bakersfield are so weird, and it's such a small world. Like I feel like everybody knows everybody. Keep that in mind. Don't trust everybody. And also, I didn't even know that he followed me back to my apartment. I don't know, like I was really young and oblivious at this time, so I didn't really pay too much attention to like things like that. Like if somebody was behind me the whole time I was driving, I probably wouldn't notice until like somebody in my car were to tell me, you know? I have so much stuff on my mind, like that's the last thing I'm thinking about. So basically, I'm pretty sure these three guys followed me back to my apartment when I was with all my friends and stuff. They ended up coming back like a couple days later just to harass me and throw shit at my car. Please grow up. Like, do you even have a car? I really doubt it. To this day, never mind. I feel like people were so envious of me at that time. They would just do anything. Like, girl, the beef had been happened. Like, the beef has been over, girl. I already got my lick back. You got your lick back. After all those months of not texting her, not talking about her, not saying anything about her, she was still so mad and just mad, like plotting a revenge plot. I don't fucking know. I'm not even lying when I tell you it was like 8 months later when she decided to do all of this from the original time we had an issue, which was in high school. We were already graduated. I was already moved out. I was doing my own thing, doing better, living lavish. Mind you, the original reason we even had an issue was because this girl just started talking shit about me and my mom for no reason. Like, girl, it's just like, girl, you actually have mental issues if you feel like nobody did you dirty. If anything, you walked into that yourself. I love putting highlighter on my collarbones. Right now, I'm gonna use this MAC little lip gloss to finish off my lip combo. It actually came out really cute. It's like a pinky lip combo. But yeah, this lip gloss is so good. Like it finishes off the lips in such a pretty, elegant way. Just like makes your lips look so shiny.
Where's the lid?
The last day that they came, which was on like a Thursday or a Friday, I'm pretty sure, they literally were getting drunk every single day just to come to my house and throw eggs and pancake mix, syrup and ketchup and freaking all types of ingredients up on my BMW. Literally get a job, like get a life, get something, please, like collect something. Obviously, like I noticed a pattern, like I knew what time they were gonna come at because they were coming at the same time every single day. They came on Wednesday, they came on Thursday, and then on Friday I had all my people with me so we can stop it right then and there. They ended up pulling up, they were hella drunk, all of them were drunk, you can literally just tell they were drunk. That night I was with 4 of my friends and then my boyfriend at the time. Everybody was with me and we were waiting for them to come. Like we were literally just in the car in the parking lot of my apartments waiting for them to show up to my side of the apartment complex because we already knew what time it was. They pulled up, they came in a car, they covered their license plate with like a piece of paper so that like, we couldn't take a picture or like document their license plate or whatever. So they literally had their shit covered up with like a paper or like a plastic bag. They were going around my apartment complex. They seen all of us, my boyfriend at the time and then my friend. They run up to the car and they're throwing like these big ass rocks at the car. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just trying to get them out the fucking apartment complex. So my friend and my boyfriend, they were throwing the rocks at the car, and so we ended up all getting in my car and we were all just driving around the apartment complex like following each other. And then we ended up driving out into like this main street, which was like a really main street. So like I'm kind of surprised we were really out here doing all this. Y'all, it gets real crazy. It gets real crazy. I also forgot to mention that one of the guys that we seen at that party that followed me back to my apartment, when they came back days later, he was going around the apartment, like he got outside of the car to go walk around the apartment and ask, where's that white bitch? Talking about me. Yeah, like he's going around asking, where's this white bitch? Where's this white bitch? Y'all already know he was looking for me. Like I'm scared. Like bro, y'all already know he's looking for me. He ends up asking my friend, who he doesn't know was my friend at the time. I think my friend was just trying to like peek around and see what everybody was doing. He asked my friend like, do you know where that bitch Des Machado is? Do you know where that white bitch is? Or something. Basically my apartment complex was next to like this really main street where like a lot of people drive. It was really late at night. It was like 1 or 2 a.m. So we were like the only cars in the street. I think I pulled up and then the car pulled up next to me. Some guy got out of the car, like I don't know what he was trying to do. My friend ends up doing what I did earlier in the story, and he ended up, you know, spraying that hoe with pepper. That put him right back in the car real quick because obviously you just got pepper sprayed, babe. You better go back in the car. So that ended that real quick. We just went down the street. I don't know. I just kept driving. I was driving like as fast as I could to get away from them. Obviously, we just did that and they just tried to get out of the car and fight us. So it was a lot going on. The drama was just too much for me. Like I didn't even expect it. Obviously, like after the 3rd day of them doing that, I was so irritated. Like I just wanted to do something about it. People in Bakersfield are so much drama. Like they really have nothing better to do with their lives but to pick fights with people. Unfortunately, I became the victim of one of those people. I just remember that night was so crazy and overwhelming. Like everything was happening so fast. I'm just so glad I had people there to like help me and protect me. Obviously, the girl that I was like beefing with or whatever, she was always around a whole bunch of guys, like big ass, strong ass, meaty ass guys. I needed my backup too because this girl is trying to like come to my apartment every day and do something to my car every day. I'm just so glad and thankful I had like my boyfriend and all my friends at the time to help me. That was such a scary situation. Like I was literally living alone. For somebody to just pull up to your apartment every day and know where you live is so creepy. The real reason why I moved out of those apartments was because that girl knew where I lived. Obviously, like after that situation, she never came back or really did anything, but it was just still really weird to me that she knew my address. I also ended up getting pregnant too, so that's why I went back to my parents' house. It's so weird. I don't need anybody knowing my address. It just makes you feel so unsafe on the inside when somebody you beefed with like knows your address. It's just such an uncomfortable situation. I'm just so glad that all of that is past me. Honestly, that's like one of the crazier stories that happened in my senior year. I do have a lot of stories just from throughout my high school experience that weren't super crazy like that, but they were just like funny little stories that I could tell. I might do a part 3. We'll see, honestly, because I don't even know what I could really tell in the part 3. After all that happened, I ended up moving out of my apartment and I made a YouTube video like about the situation. I talked about how the situation first started, and this is kind of like my video talking about how the situation ended. After I made that first video, she was like trying to fight me again, trying to beef with me again, all this shit, and I was pregnant at the time. Like I was really over the bullshit. Like I'm a whole mother now, so it's kind of different. That first video did cause a lot of problems, I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely worth it. The check was worth it. Yeah, I'm trying to think like what else happened after I made that video. Since 2023 and I made that first video, she's literally tried to fight me so many times. I feel like every couple months she like hits my DM trying to fight me. I think she's still mad about the situation. I don't really know. It's kind of up for her to handle, but I think that's gonna be it for this story. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys stayed to the end, make sure you guys comment like a 4-leaf clover or something, maybe like a green emoji. I'll like your comment. This story was really crazy. Obviously, I'm not like this anymore. This was like 3 years ago, so I've really grown to mature and be a different person with a different mindset. I do love like going back and looking at my old story times, so I want to start making more story times just so I can look back on them and not forget the stories that have happened to me. I was just watching some of my old story times from like freshman year and my sophomore year. I was really such a good ass storyteller. Like, I just love to document things that happen to me, whether they're crazy, funny, sad, crazy, anything. Like, I just love to document everything in my life. Yeah, I really hope this video does not cause any type of drama or problems for me, because I'm really just not mentally equipped for that. I hope everybody in this story time is doing good and thriving at the moment. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.